In survival, we often focus on knives, compasses, and fire steels, tools we pack with care. Yet two of the most powerful resources are often overlooked: charcoal and salt. Charcoal, the black remnant of fire, and salt, the humble crystal, have shaped human history. Together, they've saved lives, enabled communication, and taught us to see value in the ordinary. Imagine a signaller in WWII deep behind enemy lines, needing to send a message. His radio is useless until he fills a hole with charcoal and salt, creating a makeshift earth. This simple combination turned campfire remains into a lifeline. The lesson: the landscape provides what we need, if we know how to use it. Charcoal and salt aren't just historical footnotes, they're practical, timeless tools. They remind us that knowledge weighs nothing, and understanding how to use what's around you is the ultimate survival skill. Expensive gear can fail, but practical wisdom endures. The story of charcoal and salt is a reminder. Our greatest asset isn't what we carry, but what we know. As we explore their uses, remember, true resourcefulness is about seeing hidden potential in the simplest things. Let's discover how these humble materials can make all the difference. In WWII, field radios were a lifeline, but only if they had a good earth. In dry or rocky ground, a metal stake alone was useless. Soldiers improvised. They dug a hole, placed a metal plate, and packed it with layers of charcoal and soil. Charcoal's carbon made it conductive, but the real magic came with salt. Pouring salt water over the mix turned poor ground into a powerful electrical earth. This low-tech solution, born from necessity, let vital messages travel across battlefields. The materials? Campfire charcoal and food-preserving salt, always on hand. It wasn't about fancy equipment, but about using basic chemistry to solve real problems. This method is a lesson in adapting to your environment and making the most of what you have. The ingenuity of salted earth echoes in modern survival and off-grid living. Sometimes the simplest materials are the most powerful. Knowledge, not gear, is the true force multiplier. Fire is essential, but managing it is an art. Charcoal burns hot and clean, ideal for cooking, but sometimes too fast. Here's the trick: sprinkle salt on the embers. Salt forms a thin layer, slowing combustion and making the charcoal last longer. This means steady heat, less smoke, and more efficient use of fuel. Nomads and soldiers use this technique to stretch resources and stay hidden. A salted charcoal fire is efficient and discreet, perfect for survival. It's not about brute force, but subtle control. With a pinch of salt, you cook longer, gather less wood, and stay safer. Simple knowledge, big impact. Mastery comes from understanding, not just tools. Finding water is only half the battle. Making it safe is the rest. Charcoal, with its porous structure, absorbs impurities and improves taste. To make a filter, layer cloth, sand, crushed charcoal, more sand and gravel in a container. Water passes through, losing sediment and many contaminants to the charcoal. This is the same principle as modern filters, using campfire remains. Salt isn't part of the filter, but it can help disinfect containers or wounds in a pinch. After filtering, boil the water or disinfect it for safety. With charcoal and a little know-how, you turn muddy water into a life-saving resource. Nature provides the tools. Knowledge makes them work. Clean water, no fancy gear required. Salt is a survival ally, but also a hidden threat. Its power to conduct electricity and control fire comes with a cost. It corrodes metal, Salt water accelerates rust, turning strong steel brittle. In war, this meant constant maintenance, oiling, cleaning, and protecting gear. The same salt that helps a radio can destroy a knife if left unchecked. Outdoors, especially near the coast, rinse and dry all metal tools after exposure to salt. A little care prevents big losses. Every natural material has benefits and risks. Wisdom is knowing both. Stewardship of your gear is as important as using it. Salt gives and takes. Respect its dual nature. Charcoal and salt aren't relics. They're core to modern bushcraft. Making charcoal is a practical skill. Burn wood to embers, smother and collect. Use it for smokeless fuel, water filtration, or even electrical grounding. Salt moderates fire, preserves food, and boosts conductivity. Preparedness isn't about gadgets, but resourcefulness. A bag of salt and the skill to make charcoal are survival essentials. These timeless techniques connect us to generations of ingenuity. True preparedness is a mindset, not a shopping list. The simplest tools, used wisely, are the most powerful. Charcoal and salt, simple, powerful, and timeless. They've carried messages, tamed fires, and purified water. Their real value is in the knowledge behind their use. High-tech gear fails, understanding endures. Our ancestors survived by knowing their environment, not by owning the latest tools. It's our turn to learn, practice, and pass on these skills. Go out, make a fire, create charcoal, experiment with salt. These acts connect us to the past and prepare us for the future. Knowledge is the ultimate survival tool. Seek it, use it, and share it. In the end, it's what you know that helps you thrive.